Welcome everyone to the meeting number 338 of Turning Point Toastmasters. I am Ankit Agarwal, Sergeant at Arms for today. In Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication skills as well as leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible to pause this meeting during the meeting. Following are the ground rules. First, with respect to audience, please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Second, please ensure that your noise-making devices are either switched off or turned to silent mode. Please speak responsibly on sensible topics like religion, sex, politics in your speeches. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audios off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others that you would like to have for yourself. Regarding role players, TMOD, TTM, and GE, please ensure a smart audio and video check before handing over stage to respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself as role player underscore your name. And if you are from a different Toastmasters club, please mention your club name along with your name. Please acquaint yourself with the role of the timer. Some basic rules. We encourage you to use the Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Reiterating, please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will be launched after each section and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Now, I would like to introduce the presiding officers, Utkarsh Sharma, with a thundering applause.
Thank you so much. Can we have a huge round of applause for our newly elected Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Ankit? Very well deserved. It never felt like that you were doing it for the first time. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankit. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and lovely guests. And here we are again. It's Thursday evening, and we are back with yet another exciting chapter. I, Utkarsh, your presiding officer for Turning Point Toastmasters, welcomes you all to meeting number 338. Today, we have a packed agenda where three fantastic speakers will enthrall us before we dive into the impromptu speaking section. But all of it and more. Firstly, I would like to introduce you and extend a warm welcome to our guests who are joining us today. We're joined by two very special guests from Nepal who are just not our guests today, but also active participants in today's meeting. We have Toastmaster Pragyan Joshi, who is the Vice President Education of Bhaisepati Toastmaster Club from Nepal, who will be the general evaluator for today's meeting. Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Pragyan Joshi? And we also have Toastmaster Prasanna Shrestha, who is also from the same club, who will be one of the speakers today. We are so looking forward to hearing you guys speak today. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. I hope you find our meeting insightful and motivating. But before I move towards the agenda for today, I would also take this opportunity to introduce you with the elected incoming executive committee for the term January 1, 2024 to 30th June 2024. And I request everyone to keep the applause flowing throughout as I announce my very special team. Toastmaster Ankit, who you just witnessed, will be the Sergeant at Arms. Distinguished Toastmaster Anant will serve as the treasurer for this club. Toastmaster Shrishti will be the secretary of this club. Applause, guys. Keep that flowing. Toastmaster Rohan will be the Vice President Public Relations. Toastmaster Ashima will be the Vice President Membership. Toastmaster Neeraj will serve as the Vice President Education. Toastmaster Madhav will be the immediate past president of this club. And finally, yours truly will serve as the president for the next term. Can we have a huge round of applause for this team? Hoping for a promising term. Thank you so much. I'll also take this opportunity to thank and extend my gratitude to the outgoing executive committee members, Toastmaster Priyanka, who served as the vice president membership of this club, and Toastmaster Vipul, who served as the sergeant at arms for this club in the past term. Thank you so much for your contributions for this club and huge amount of gratitude for you. Can we have a huge round of applause for these two as well? All right, with this, let's straight away dive into our meeting and talk about today's agenda. As we are into the last 2 weeks of the year 2023, it's time that we embark on the journey of retrospection, examining the milestones, the challenges, and any kind of transformative moments that have kind of shaped the canvas of this past year. So, folks, I request you to brace yourselves for a captivating exploration of 2023 as I invite distinguished Toastmaster Anant as our Toastmaster of the day. Can we have him on spotlight, please? Can we welcome him with a huge round of applause? Toastmaster Anant,
thank you so much.
Check with you.
Yes, Utkarsh, please confirm if I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are perfectly audible and visible, and you are supremely incredible. Over to you.
That's sun showing light to a candle, I must say. The way you articulate, make anyone feel welcome. I'm sure for the next 6 months, our guests, all our speakers, all our members are going to have a gala time with you as our presiding officer. Utkarsh, all the very best for your next 6 months as a presiding officer out of everything else. Great job. And great job to all of us as well. 2023 is ending. I'm sure we all must have made some resolutions by the end of 2022. Failed royally at many of them, most of them, all of them, whatever. Anyone here who has fulfilled any resolutions? Because I want to start on a good note, on a positive note, encouraging note, because I'm going to go down that road of disappointment, dejection a lot today. So let's start with something positive. Anyone who would like to share any resolution that he or she or they have fulfilled? Absolutely. Anyone? Health, wealth, anything. Yes, Amit, please. Amit, slight audio issue, at least for me.
Hello. I had a resolution that I will make all my expenses automated. So I did that, and expenses, the salary get credited and the fixed expenses are.
Great, I got the gist. Amit, I got the gist. May I request you, since you are going to be the speaker number 1, check your audio. It's appearing as if you are speaking from a distance or the earphones are not on charge. So might want you to go without headphones, earphones, wireless ones when you are speaking. So that's the way we will be able to catch your sound without reflection. Right, Utkarsh? Yeah, okay. That's Amit. He truly has touched upon a raw nerve of this year's hot topic, artificial intelligence, automation, and he has used it for his own purpose. Anyone else? One more chance to maybe Gunjan, Priyesh, Priyanka, anyone? Pragyan, Prasanna? Oh, Neeraj, please.
So my last year resolution was to be more confident and to be more involved in the kind of activities where I get the chance and to speak more in my professional meetings. So I can't say I have fully achieved it, but I am on the journey of it. And I think I'm getting better day by day. So that's something I've achieved.
And you are going to be the vice president education for the next 6 months. You will get chances aplenty. Don't worry. But
Thank
that's a
you.
good curve. That's a good curve. All right. Anyone who has switched jobs, changed careers, got a raise, appreciations. Oh my God, so many people. Freelancers like me don't have that luxury. So quickly, Rohan, Ankit, Neeraj, what have you done on the professional front? That's a new beginning. Quickly,
So
half a
current,
line.
Go
thank
ahead.
you so much. So currently, I am in notice period, and I have just switched my job and just got some better opportunity in Delhi only. So yeah, that's what
Utkarsh,
this years
call
have
him
given
up.
me.
Fix his time. We are going to get a party from him very soon.
Sure, sure, sure.
Ankit and Neeraj, by the way, are husband and wife couple over here. Both of them are executive officer for the incoming term as well, and both of them have raised their hand. All right, join the same company, guys.
No, Anant, like we are in different companies. But like I think this year I actually moved to India from US within this starting of this year, and as well as I changed my company as well. So I think big thing that I had like I had thought of this year. So I achieved that actually in the first quarter of this year only. So that's one.
Fantastic. I will not ask anyone if you have failed on any resolutions because I know there's a saying in Hindi जिनके खुद के घर शीशे के हों जो वो दूसरों के घर पत्थर नहीं उछाला करते. Those who have glass houses, they don't cast stones on others' houses. That's a rough translation. I think I am in that boat. So this is a year in a way which is a year of resurgence. This is a year of new beginnings. In a way, when the life was put on pause by the monster called COVID, 2023 has been a year in many walks of life where the life has gained some pace, and 2024 is poised to be a memorable turnaround year. Fingers crossed, touch wood, whatever you want to do, let's not jinx it because we can't afford to do it. News is coming, a new variant circling around the south of India. So we have to stay safe. But in most likelihood, 2024 is going to be a year to remember in our lifetime. Why? Because among other news, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters is completing 100 years as well. This is going to be a centenary year for us, the members of Toastmasters. And we will make this year a beautiful year to remember because of the new resolutions we will take towards public speaking and leadership skills that we will learn over here. So, as you know, the format, the three distinct sections of a meeting, we have three absolutely rock star prepared speakers today. And this adjectives that I'm adding, this is for those who are not watching it here live, but are going to see the YouTube live recording later on. The three absolute rock star speakers, because I saw their titles and I was like, wow, it is going to be an evening worth my time over here. And that's the reason I put my hand up for TMOD. Then there is going to be a short, sweet table topics session, where the impromptu speaking happens. So those who are, I guess there is no guest over here per se, so I don't need to over explain it. So those who haven't got a chance to speak as an active speaker so far, by that time, get your chance on a priority. You have to raise hand and switch the videos on. I see a couple of people with videos off. Guys, come on. This is second last meeting of the 2023. Let's switch it on. Get your cup of tea, coffee, simply water. Let's make this meeting more lively because the three speakers, they will do, they will really, really appreciate if you keep the videos on and give a non-verbal tacit response. The third session is, of course, going to be the evaluation. And our general evaluator today is coming from abroad. The reason I say abroad is because, yeah, in terms of geographical locations, for me sitting in Rajasthan, this meeting happening virtually based out of Gurugram. This is going to be an abroad role player, all the way from Nepal. So let's spotlight Pragyan Joshi, who is also the Vice President Education of Basipati Toastmasters. Quick audio video check with you, Pragyan.
Yes.
Hi, how are
Am
you?
I audible? I'm
You are
good. I'm
audible.
good.
And before
Thank
you continue, I have a small riddle for you. You have to, solve this riddle.
Oh,
And this is a simple riddle. What is number one thing for any item, any edible item, any moment, any movies, any sports event, any personal achievement, milestones, anything that you would always remember 2023 for? One item,
oh.
simple.
I think it was in your flyer. It was the Chandrayaan mission because my name was attached to it.
Ah,
The
Pragyan
rover.
Rover.
Yes.
Brilliant, brilliant. There can be no better personalized introduction to our own Pragyan Rover Joshi over here. Or stage is all yours, ma'am, general evaluator. Go on.
Wow. Thank you. I will be explaining my role as the general evaluator for today, and I will be focusing on three things today as in my role of the evaluation section. So one is evaluating the overall meeting in terms of what went well, what could be improved, although I'm already seeing that there would be very little on that front. The second role that I would be performing as a general evaluator is to introduce the evaluators that would be doing the direct evaluations of our three rockstar speakers, as Toastmaster Anant has already mentioned. And the third part of my general evaluator hat is that I would be introducing my team, which is also called a tag team of timer. Usually it's accounter and grammarian, but I see here we're being very efficient and we have a new term called language evaluator. So this will form my team of indirect evaluation. And to swiftly follow and introduce my team, I'd like to call upon our language evaluator for today. And I also did a little bit of asking around to get to know Toastmaster Neeraj a little better. And I think one thing that we both have in common is our names. I was expecting I was expecting a male to respond, but when you responded, I was pleasantly surprised because I get mistaken for a male all the time because Pragyan is a male name here in Nepal. But more than that, she describes herself by profession. She's a data scientist, but at heart, she's a Punjabi. And I think for her, 2023 was a year of a lot of experiment because she went from learning about makeup to yoga and driving as well. So that was the year of 2023. But one thing that really stood out as well is joining Toastmasters in March. So I'd like to hand over to you, Toastmaster Neeraj, to explain your role as the language evaluator.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Pragyan. So today I will be noticing all the good usages of the words, phrases, and recommendation if there is any grammatical or pronunciation mistakes. Along with that, I will be sharing word of the day, which I will encourage everyone to use it as much as they can. And I'll be sharing few sentences for your understanding. So the word of the day is astute. It means having or showing an ability to accurately assess situation or people and turn that understanding into an advantage. The pronunciation of it, stoot, S-T-O-O-T. I'll be sharing this in the chat box as well. Few sample sentences are like, the astute businessman anticipated market trends and made profitable investments. Her astute observations during the meeting helped her understand the underlying issues. I'll be looking forward to hearing this word again and again. I'm sharing this in the chat box. Over to you, General Evaluator Pragyan. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I think we would like to encourage all the role players and speakers today to use the word of the day. And I think we have a tendency to give it 2 thumbs up, virtual or physically, for usage of the word of the day. Next, I'd like to call upon somebody who holds a lot of power, especially during these times. It's our timer, Toastmaster Rohan Dage. Please, I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but you can correct me. And for Toastmaster Rohan, something very memorable for 2023, as he shared, was his trek to I think it's Triund Trek. So you can explain more much later, but over to you to explain your role as a timer.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Yeah, it was a Triumph trek which I achieved last year in month of July, and it was a very awesome experience I had in 2023. Coming to my role, yes, I'm doing timer role in today's meeting. In timer role, I will be noticing your times for speeches and for all over meeting. What are all roles you guys will be playing. I'll be noticing that time, and I'll be showing green, yellow, and red cards throughout the meetings. Green stands for you can speak for more seconds. Yellow stands for you can conclude your meeting, and red is a sign that you can finish it completely. I'm going back to you, Pragyan. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for your explanation of the timing. So we have 3 different timing segments, as I think you can, I think for table topics, it will be explained. It's 2 to 3 minutes. And for the different speakers, I think icebreaker speech is a little different, 4 to 6 minutes. And the rest of the speakers have 5 to 7 minutes. And for the evaluators, it's 2 to 3 minutes. So I take it you'll be signaling the times as you've mentioned. So with that, I would like to hand over to the Toastmaster of the morning. Toastmaster Anant, the floor is yours.
Can we have a round of applause for Pragyan once again? Pragyan very competently introduced the role players as well as your role descriptions. Now, here is a puzzle for everyone. And the puzzle is, what does this word mean to you? And Nepal people are not allowed to answer. Sorry for that discrimination. The word is Chomo Lungma. Chomo Lungma. Nepal people cannot answer. Chomo Lungma. Another name with which we know this phenomenon is Sagar Matha. Come on. Really? I knew this from 5th standard. All right, Utkarsh. Thankfully, someone who's attempting.
Can I guess?
Yes, please.
Like I didn't get with the first thing that you said. The Sagar Mata, I think, is it the Mount Everest?
Nepal people agree in consent with their response. Yes. Bingo, right answer. Chomo Lungma means goddess of the sky, the mother of, the godmother of the world. Sagar Mata, of course, is in Hindi, so you can understand the meaning. Mount Everest is the name. Now, Mount Everest is a distinct identity element of Nepal, and not just Nepal, but the entire Himalayan region. It is the highest peak in the whole world. All right, I will not give away any brownie points for telling me that it's how tall it is. Exactly, 8848, whatever number meter. Half the people couldn't even guess, so that's beyond the point. I'm not going to embarrass you furthermore. The reason I picked up this term is because our next speaker is going to climb it. The first speaker today, he is attempting the highest mountain today a public speaker can really face, and that is icebreaker speech. The icebreaker is literally the highest, tallest, most difficult hurdle I had faced. A small anecdote. I joined Toastmasters in 2011, June 2011, right? With my first company, fresh out of college. Do you know in what year or month I must have delivered my icebreaker? And I have been a continuous member since then, all right? I did not have a break in between. Any guess? Wild guess. From June 2011. Typically, it takes a month, 2 months, a couple of weeks for icebreaker. How many months do you think I must have taken? Anyone? Yes, Utkarsh?
I'm already signaling 5.
5 months? Oh, 5 months is too late, right? What if it's later than that? Yes, Neeraj?
2
Now
years.
is
I already know it.
all
1 year.
right. I must have told you. It's 27 months to be exact. I took more than 27 months to deliver my icebreaker. In between, I had mastered all the rules. I had taken TMOD multiple times, etc., etc. But icebreaker remained my ambitious Mount Everest. And I thought once I feel I'm ready, I will climb it. Folks, today's speaker number one, Amit, is breaking that notion and he is ready, all ready to face his mountain. Amit, let's put you on the stage, have a quick audio video check.
Am I audible or visible?
Yes, Amit, you are audible and visible. I am doing this beforehand, before introducing your evaluator, just to ensure that your audio is neat and clean. Utkarsh, please help me with another round of check if the audio is not having any lag.
Can you
Am
speak?
I audible or visible?
I think it's decent. We can move ahead.
All right. Let's also co-spotlight Priyanka, who is attempting as an evaluator today. Priyanka, is it your first time as evaluator?
Yes, it's first time.
All right. So Priyanka, please share the objectives.
Okay. Okay, sorry.
That's completely all right.
Yeah. So I will be evaluating Amit's speech today. The objective of the speech. Okay. Do I need to give
Shall
the
I help?
topic, right?
No, not the topic. I will help you out. No worries.
Yes,
Amit
please.
is attempting presentation mastery paths, first level, the very first project, which is Icebreaker. He's supposed to introduce himself to the club members and the audience in general. There is no objective criteria per se for the evaluator to find out, but whatever you can give as a challenge for the next speech, that is what Amit will be requiring. So highlight his strengths and suggest some areas of improvement, some workable areas of improvement for immediate next speech. Thank you, Priyanka. All the very best. Make some notes.
Thank you.
Amit, are you ready?
Yes. Yes, I am ready.
Did I hear any slight cut again in the audio? Amit, let's do one more round of check. Final one.
Hello, am I audible, visible? It happened with me always.
No worries,
Hello.
Amit. Yes, you are audible, you are visible, you are going on mute in between. Are you fine? Completely ready?
Yes.
So then smile, Amit. Folks, our speaker number one today, Amit Kumar. Climb your mountain. Climb your mountain, Amit Kumar.
Hello. It was 2020, December. One of my colleague asked me, "Ghumne chalega?" And I wait for a while and said yes to him because I haven't been out of Delhi NCR till then. So we decided to go a winter trek, that is Kedar Kantha trek. When we reached to our base camp, that was we fortunate to see that slow snow shower. That snow shower happened for 6 hours. After that, we can see 2 feet of white layer at everything. The view was awesome, but that snow layer suddenly become the biggest challenge for us. The roads become slippery and muddy. We start our mountain climbing. Uh, the traveler coming down from the mountain, they all are saying, "Don't go up, don't go up. There is 5 feet of snow. We can't able to climb. You can't do the same." But we smiled and don't take their words seriously. We focused on our next step and we start climbing. After climbing few hours, our legs are paining, our body were exhausted, and our bones are fidgeting due to the wind, chill wind. But when we look back, we see a wonderful view and we keep climbing. After 3 days of hard climbing, we are fortunate to reach the Kedarkantha peak and we are fortunate to see the sun rays. The orange rays are coming behind mountains. The one of the wonderful view I can see in my life. From that trek, I learned two things. Always focus on your next step and and the most beautiful view comes after hardest climb. With the same learning, I want to share my one of my story. It was 2012. I was a 14-year boy, enjoying my boyhood with love of family and friends, having dream of becoming an engineer. But I was not aware about the mess going to come. One day, my father came with a sad and stressed face from office. I asked him, "Papa, what happened?" He simply say, "Go and do your study." In few days, Papa didn't went to office. I asked my mother, "What happened? Papa is not going to office." Mother said, "Papa lost his job because of conflict happened in company. Company is closed now." Then he said that Papa will get job soon. But 1 month happened, 2 month happened, 3 month happened. Papa is not getting job. Papa started doing a remote job at construction site. 3 months more happened. I, being an elder boy in family, I decided to do job at a at a shop as a shopkeeper helper. I was in ninth class at that time. Soon, I was doing my job, but still things were not improving. 1 year passed. After 10th exam, I started doing two other job as a tutor and as a delivery boy in the morning. And meanwhile, the 10th result happened. Result was very disappointing. I was not able to make good marks. Not even enough marks to get science in 11th class. This is the only way to get my dream fulfilled. But I had no choice. I had no choice to choose commerce. I choose commerce as a career choice. While doing commerce, I get to know that there is a one one way to get in engineering, that is diploma in engineering. So I did. I prepared for that thing and I enrolled in a diploma. Soon, then I cracked that exam and I got good marks and got admission in good college. That now the new challenge came in my life, that is that English communication. I studied everything in Hindi till 11th. Now all academic books were in English. I could not able to understand a single thing. First semester I barely passed, and in second semester I decided to do better further. So I read all the NCERT books till 10th to 11th class, and I got become topper in fourth semester. Now placements were coming, and my second dream was to get a job in MNC. I was I was I cleared all the technical exams, but not able to make it in GD and interview skills. My interview skills and group discussion skills were terrible. I was fumbling, hesitating, could not able to deliver what is in mind. So I joined few English communication classes. I learned at least I can explain myself little bit. One Then one of the MNC come. with the biggest package in college, and I cleared that interview. I was crying when I say to my mom that I got selected in that company. My mother is also crying, but this time the tear is a tear of happiness. And with this, I want to say you, uh, always focus on next step and climb your mountain. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Didn't I say rock star speeches? Well, that's your sample number one today. Let's take 1 minute of silence for providing private personal feedback in individual window to the speaker. Maybe a line of commendation, one line of improvement, if you feel. Do it in private window. Timer, please show a card at the end of next 40 seconds. Thank you, timer. While Amit reminisced about the mountain of adversity that he climbed earlier, I will congratulate him once again. And as is the custom in Toastmasters, we provide a standing ovation. At this point, if you can, then let's raise up in your seats and do a standing ovation for our icebreaker speaker today. If you can't, then show some enthusiasm and provide a word of encouragement for Amit. Amit, brilliant. Bravo. That's much better than what I did with a gap of 27 months. Certainly, you have a really bright future ahead, and 2024 is going to be your minuscule mountain for you, definitely. Now, talking about other items in 2023, humanity broke another mountain. We reached a cusp of civilizational breakthrough when we unveiled to the world something unique. Today, I no longer Google search. In fact, I will count a few hobbies that I have learned this year dedicatedly. One of them is gardening, another one is photography, third one is data storytelling, and the fourth one that I am about to unveil, working on it for past 2 months, that is launching my own YouTube channel. Now, all of these skills we used to learn from Google. I started learning dedicatedly from a few selected channels on YouTube. But this year onwards, I started taking refuge to a completely new source. Can anyone name that source? It's a 7-letter word, the buzzword of the year.
ChatGPT.
Yes, anyway. Chat GPT. It has to be Chat GPT. Chat GPT has just changed the way in which we learn things. At least for a sophisticated, technically savvy audience, which can use the plugins and the add-ons in browsers and apps, etc. Chat GPT has been a lifesaver. I no longer need to download 10 other things. I simply automate the stuff using it, be it grammar check, be it the email drafting. Even Google is lagging behind with its own Bard and other softwares. I really wish Anshuman would be here. I would have roasted him big time on this. But I remember Anshuman was the one who, quite early in the year, took a theme of ChatGPT and introduced the club to how to give a prompt and get the result from ChatGPT, and that's what caught my attention. Now, ChatGPT saga was not just known for this technological advancement this year. A really interesting case of corporate politics also happened. Did you hear about that a month ago? Sam Altman, the visionary founder and the CEO, he was ousted by a non-profit board that he had installed. Imagine a non-profit board not even for profitability, but their differences in the vision. They just ousted him. And what did he do? He found support in the industry for the first time. I think in my conscience, I have seen it at that scale happening. That an ousted CEO has been provided support by who's and who's of the biggies of the industry, and he has been arm twisted to put back and install again, and the board has resigned. I saw that not happening even with the legendary Steve Jobs. He had to prove his skill with Pixar and Next and a few other companies to be back at Apple once again. So this year, corporate politics has been completely reveled. Not going into Indian or world politics at all. That's another meeting, another theme altogether. At this point, I will introduce you to our next speaker. Our next speaker, who is attempting a really interesting project. And the title reminds me of the most notable diplomat, the most wisest of the politicians that I take inspirations from, and that is none other than Lord Krishna. So, next speaker, Prasanna Shrestha, can we spotlight him on the stage? Prasanna, for doing a quick audio video check, you have to do the same that first speaker did and the general evaluator did. Tell me your favorite moment of the year. Anything that you would remember 2024.
So, am I audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
you are.
Am I visible? All right. So, the best moment for me in 2023 has to be joining Toastmasters because it's just been 9 or 10 months. 2023 February, I became an official member of my Toastmasters Club, that is Baisibari Toastmasters Club. So, if there's one thing that I like to talk about 2023 is being part of this amazing club and meeting this amazing bunch of people in Baisibari Toastmasters Club that actually allowed me to meet people from other Toastmasters Club. And
we are
yes,
long past audio video check and you are entering into table topics now, so I have to interject.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Sure.
At this point, I think you are fairly audible, visible, and you are looking absolutely graceful. So, Utkarsh, why don't you share the objectives of speaker number 2?
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Anant. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Prasanna, is attempting level 2, project 3 of Dynamic Leadership Pathway, which is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a prodigy. And the speaker may discuss any aspect of his prodigy experience. The timings of the speech will be 5 to 7 minutes. I wish Speaker Prasanna all the very best. Looking forward to a wonderful and equally astute speech. Back to you, TMOD, Anant.
Thank you for your astute evaluation objectives description, Utkarsh. Remember, audience, you will get 1 minute time to provide a quick feedback to the speaker afterwards. So do make your own mental or physical notes. For now, that stage is going to be handed over to this rock star number 2, Prasanna Shrestha. Krishna to my Arjuna. Krishna to my Arjuna, Prasanna Shrestha.
The great war at Kurukshetra was about to begin. The battle between own blood to get the rightful ownership of the kingdom. It was dharma versus adharma, or should I say it was good versus evil. And in the forefront stood the master of archery, Arjuna. He looked around only to see his own blood, his own relatives, his own brothers. When he saw that, he panicked and was not ready to raise his weapons. He didn't want to participate in the war and he did not want to kill his own relatives. He was hesitant to participate in the war. And that is the exact moment when Lord Krishna stepped in and told him why he should participate in the war and why it is the right thing to do. And we all know, right? Lord Krishna provided the Gita Gyan to Arjuna. Arjuna got motivated, he participated in the war, and eventually Pandavas won the war. Now, why am I even saying this? I know all of us know this, all of us probably know history, but I'm trying to draw parallels between the relationship shared by Lord Krishna and Arjuna with my relationship with my mentors. I know nothing compares to their bond, but what my mentors have been to me is what Lord Krishna was to Arjuna. When I talk about mentors in my life, I'll probably say that I have had more than one mentors. It's not just in Toastmasters mentorship, but also mentors that have been part of my life before Toastmasters, and they have guided me in one way or the other. So, back 5 years back, I had just joined my MBA and I was doing quite well. But there was a time when I felt I wasn't doing enough. And when I say I was not doing enough, it's not doing not enough for my studies. It was something I was not being able to do simultaneously with my MBA degree. I felt I could have done something more, pursued something else as well. As a kid, I've always wanted to be a radio jockey. But I didn't have the confidence to follow my passion. I was not being able to share that passion with anyone. So what I used to do was I used to act as a radio presenter. I used to record my voice on my phone, listen to it, be happy about it, but never shared it with anyone. One day, I decided to share it with my best friend, who also happened to be a distant relative of mine. I gave her the audio recording, and immediately after listening to that recording, she told me to apply to all the radio stations out there. She gave her feedback. She told me this is the place where you should be improving, but you have all the confidence. You have what it takes. All this time, I was being doubtful about myself. I didn't know if I had what it takes, but she realized the potential I had. Besides the technical things about how the pitch of my voice should be, how I should be running the show, that is there. But she made me believe in myself. She told me what I am capable of. She told me that if I continue with this pace, I might just be one of the best radio presenters in the country. And that boosted my confidence. And after hearing that, I decided to apply. And I ended up becoming a radio presenter. My childhood dream came true. And it was all because she believed in me. She pushed me. She made me realize what I was worth. Now, Lord Krishna also told Arjuna to perform his duties and not focus on the reward, because performing duties is in our control. But receiving rewards is not in our control. In simpler words, karm karo, phal ki aasa mat karo. Now, every time I have a speech prepared for Toastmasters meeting, I share it with my mentor. She reviews it and tells me the necessary changes I should make. It ranges from the structure of the speech, the flow of the speech, the content of the speech. That is there. But you know what's the most important part? What is the most important thing she shares with me? She tells me to go and enjoy myself. Go and just have fun. Something that always relieves all the fear and tension I have within myself before the speech. Instead of focusing on the result, focus on giving your best shot. We always tend to focus on the reward. We always tend to focus on receiving the best speaker award, but we tend to forget the most important thing is going out there and giving the best we have. We forget the learning aspect, we forget the fun aspect. But my mentor reminds me to have fun. These two mentors have played a pivotal role in my growth professionally and personally. My mentors have made me realize my worth, made me realize what I'm capable of. My mentors have made me understand what's more important than winning. I've been in my battles all alone, but my mentors have ensured that despite them not being part of the battles, they have ensured that I win those battles. Just like how Sri Krishna never participated in the war but made sure Arjun was victorious and won the war. And that is the reason why my mentors are the Krishna to my Arjuna. Thank you.
Amazing speech, Prasanna. Let's have a minute of silence. Timer, please show a soft signal at the end of 1 minute. And audience, please provide your generous feedback to Prasanna for his beautiful speech. Thank you, Rohan. Do your duty and don't worry about the result. Now, that's a thought I think I had to seek refuge in after that heartbreak post World Cup final, isn't it? But boy, was it a fun ride? 10 different matches. I had never seen in my adult life the Indian white ball cricket team demolishing, completely incinerating the coveted batting lineups of South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Pakistan with its fast bowlers. We have done that with spinners quite a few times in the past, but fast bowlers. And out of that, especially Mohammad Shami. Now, he is for me the success story in Indian sports this whole year. You can call me a biased fan towards cricket. In usual circumstances, I would have given him leeway and found other worthy champions in other sports, indoor and outdoor. But boy, we simply cannot ignore what Mohammad Shami has achieved this year with his supreme dedication, devotion. It's called Shami 2.0 with the way he is bowling right now. And I'm sure if he were the one available for an auction 2 days ago and not retained by his previous team, he would have broken even Michelle Stark or Pat Cummins' record. Now, I know our next speaker is perhaps feeling it going as a bouncer over her head. She doesn't watch cricket that much. She made it really clear to me the other day. But hey, do you believe in aliens? Everyone. Aliens. Do you? 2023, we found proof of aliens. Does anyone remember when? Where? There were two cat-sized alien skeletons displayed officially, fetched from an ancient structure from Peru in South America, brought all the way to a place none other than Parliament of Mexico. And they were officially put on display so that the world can take attention and really be serious about the investigation. The results were sent to laboratories across the continent, including North America. And guess what? The results came that the DNA over there was not identified with any previously known species on this planet. I don't know what to call it, but I think from Area 51 to other conspiracy theories, they all just rallied around this point, and government tried to suppress it to a point where, surprisingly, for such a big news, you don't see that much of news coverage on the internet, do you? Think if it happened in the Parliament of India, we would not have forgotten it for a decade. The government of US and the global governments, they just suppressed it. It gives rise to this, or it gives strength to this idea that yes, aliens do exist. Well, alien is the term, by the way, not just for extraterrestrial beings. There was a time around 150 years ago when people with mental disabilities, mental health issues were called aliens. And the doctors who used to be modern day psychiatrists, psychologists, before the eras of Sigmund Freud and other foremost scientific minds, the term for the doctors who used to treat the mentally troubled people was the alienist. I know this because of two reasons. One, I saw this show. For premium Hollywood actors are working on in this show. It's available on Netflix as well. And the reason too is the next speaker, her favorite show is The Alienist. Let's present our in-house poet, author, writer on stage for a quick audio video chat. Jaspreet?
Am I audible and visible?
I will confirm only when you tell what you will remember 2023 for.
The time when I joined Toastmasters.
Perfect answer. Good job. If there were a chocolate with me, I would have given it to you, but say we are meeting virtually. So Jaspreet is audible and visible. Let's invite Jaspreet's evaluator on stage. Please spotlight, just a second. Did we change? All right, Ankit is spotlighted. So Ankit, please share the objectives for Jaspreet's speech. Can you hear us, Ankit?
I can hear you. So there was some lag, but
I see Jaspreet and
so Jaspreet,
Ankit and Neeraj. Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Ankit.
So Toastmaster Jaspreet is attempting level 2 project 2 from the pathway dynamic leadership, and the purpose of the speech is to learn about different communication styles and identify her communication style, and also to share the impact of her communication style on others. And best of luck, Jaspreet. I'm looking forward to this speech. Over to you.
Thank you, Ankit. Thank you, Ankit. Audience, you know the drill. After the speech, you will get 1 minute of silence to pass on your feedback for benefiting the speaker. So don't be miser. Do provide your feedback. And for that, listen attentively with possibly a video on. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you speaker number 3, Jaspreet Kaur Taneja, silent to expressive. Silent to expressive, Jaspreet Kaur Taneja.
Everyone have a rebellious spirit that's just waiting to come out at some point, isn't it? I learned from Stephen Fry. He said in his monk debate that progress isn't achieved by preachers or guardians of morality, but by madmen, hermits, heretics, dreamers, rebels, and skeptics. As a kid, I was an extremely silent child. I used to be extremely introverted, very shy, and I don't remember speaking freely to people or socializing. Gradually, with my writing practice, it made me so bold, and in many areas, I have seen how I took a dominant position in taking many initiatives. So my story starts from my childhood, where I was a kid who had no friends. I used to be very quiet and never spoke in class. And though I was not a bad student, but I was just very quiet and never socialized with anyone. I just used to wait for the last bell so that I could go home. And the only person I ever spoke to was my mother. And I don't remember speaking freely to anyone or being open that much. The only person I had was my mother. Even through the years, I have been very introverted and shy, and it continued till the age of 20. And then I entered in an unreal world. And when I came out, I was different. And what that real world was, do you want to know? And I promise you can go there too. In April 2019, an app called Daisy started and founded by Maisie Williams, the Game of Thrones star, Arya Stark. As a huge fan, I wanted to try this app. And when I did, initially it was very different. And because I was among the very few initial members, I still have a free account till this date. So in that page, there was people who signed up have a page of their own where they can make the project and collaborate at the same time. They can add and write anything. So I started a project called My Inner World of Illusions, and I called it a poetry page. This will be my first poetry page. Eventually, after so many months, gradually it had 42 collaborators, where there were few graphic designers, few writers, as well as some photographers. I was enthralled by this, but at the same time, I was doing it as a hobby, and that was something I was very much enjoying. So for further fun, I decided, like, why not just take my poetries and send it for publications? Let's see what will happen. I took that risk, and eventually, I got one magazine who agreed to publish my poetry. My first publication was Crimes of Being a Queer. It was based on a show called Alienist, and I loved that show, and the entire story was built around the antagonist story because it's so complicated, and that was a summary I wrote as a poem, which got published. I've learned through a letter the Speculate, this literary magazine, sent me, that they find the subject of the poem very bold, and that's why it was intriguing for them. So one thing I learned very quickly, that boldness in publication works. So 1 point. For the next issue, for the next magazine issue, the theme was Halloween. And I had this weird fear of dolls and portraits for some reason. And I wrote a poem, another poem, where the lines were, I know you visit the house at night through your portrait hanging on the wall. I saw the features changing as it might, comes not from you, but a Satan's call. These lines were in my lamentation poem. I've sent 5 poems in pack, and only 1 poem, Lamentation, got selected. With this publication, I learned honest description and structured thinking works too. Slowly, I was learning. As I was progressing through my publications, from one publication to another, I learned so many things. I learned what things to keep and what things to release. And soon, I really felt like that writing was really making me bolder. I was just an introverted kid. How did I become so bold all of a sudden? I could express myself so freely in poetry. And one biggest takeaway was, over the years, I have learned through writing is that you cannot lie while writing. You have to be very honest. That is the only way you can write a good piece of work. It made me more open. Through writing, I expressed myself from a silent kid to become an extrovert today. So That's how my life changed. Now, I want you, the audience, to tell me from my personal story, as you have heard, what communication style did I exhibited? Was it analytical? Was it direct, supportive, or initiative? Now, you, the audience, please answer. You have 4 options. Was it analytical, direct, initiative? Please answer.
Is it initiative?
Okay, good. What else? Come on, please give me some answers. Yeah, you can unmute and just speak. No worries.
I strongly felt it was
Direct
initiative.
and initiative.
Direct and initiative. All right.
Direct.
Okay, so I haven't heard that.
I said direct.
Direct. All right. So my communication style is, now is the time to reveal, I will uncover. My communication style is initiative. So as an initiative communicator, why am I initiative? You have found the traces in between. When I was starting a new app, I was so enthusiastic about trying a new app, starting a new project, sending for submission without the fear of rejection. I just did so many crazy risk-taking things and took all those initiatives. And I was expressing myself freely on those poetries. It was a very initiative work, it was a very initiative step. But also, you have found some analytical aspects as well. When I was learning through all those publications, step by step, what works, what doesn't work, that was analytical approach. With this, I'm very sure that I will be coming with my communication style of initiative in my Toastmasters Club as well. And I will initiate projects, encourage collaboration, and will certainly experiment, encourage a culture where experimental learning goes all together. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that little nice game towards the end, Jaspreet. And audience must be so glad that the majority got it right. Audience, please take 1 minute of silence time. Timer, please show a soft signal at the end of 60 seconds. Please provide her a direct feedback. What did she do good? In a line or two, what can she do better? And after that, I promise I have a game for you as well. Thank you, Rohan. Now, the game I have is, it's a simple game. I am naming this game as the good, the bad, and the ugly. The task is simple. I will tell you a movie that got released in 2023, and you will have to tell me according to you, and you simply have to unmute, answer fast. All right, unmute and answer fast. What do you believe? Whether this movie was a good movie, a bad movie, or an altogether ugly movie? Ready, everyone? Unmute. Say yes if you're ready.
Yes.
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 If this doesn't work,
Yes,
Animesh.
yes.
Yes, of
All
course.
right. The first movie, Ant-Man Quantumania.
What?
Good, bad, ugly. Fast, fast, fast. We have 7 or 8 more.
Bad.
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 I agree. Bad, bad, bad. Okay. Another one, Barbie.
Good.
Very bad.
We are getting
I liked
answers across the range. All right. Some say good, some say very bad. Very bad is not an option. Just say bad, because then you will be left searching for the next movie. Adipurush.
Bad.
Bad.
Ugly.
Ugly, yeah. Ugly.
Answers range from ugly to bad. Anyone who says good? Someone who liked the dialogues and all, right? Okay. Indiana Jones 5. The title was Dial of Destiny. I just watched it and they could
I
have
think
done better. No, it was pathetic. It was pathetic.
Agreed.
Mr.
pathetic
Harrison
is
Ford, the legendary actor Harrison Ford, he is made to just, cramp along, can't even run, walk. He is out of breath in the whole movie. Next movie, Archie's. God. Archie's. Come on, people, you have to
Average. It's
unmute.
not the option.
All
Bad.
style, no
bad.
substance.
Bad.
Super bad.
All style, no
nepothetic.
substance.
Nepothetic.
I'm hearing bad, super bad, or okay. I'm only
Mm.
selective hearing. I have selective hearing towards this movie. Oh my God, 2.
Good
Good
movie.
movie.
A very underrated movie this year. There came quite a few gems this year actually,
Good.
which just got under the rug. Oh my God was literally swarmed with a parallel release, Gadar 2. What's your opinion about Gadar 2?
Bad.
Okay,
Bad.
bad.
Ugly,
Agree.
More
ugly.
than
It had nothing.
the only movie
We were
was
we
this.
were just in the cinema waiting for that hand pump scene and nothing else. Agree, disagree, what people?
Agree,
Okay.
agree.
What about Oppenheimer? Even if you haven't watched, you must have seen the reviews. What about you?
It was good movie.
Good.
Who all have
Amazing.
seen it? Who all have
Good
seen it?
is good is too less of a word for this
Okay.
masterpiece.
I have.
I
Very-
missed it by a whisker. By the time I reached the metro city during my professional assignment where the movie was still released, I just missed it by one day. Thursday evening I reached. I just felt lazy that today I have reached. I will watch tomorrow. The next day movie was replaced. Jawan.
Good movie.
Bad.
Very good movie. Very good movie.
Call it whatever you want, but this has been the year of Mr. SRK. Pathan, Jawan, and upcoming Donkey. I'm
Donkey.
sure all of them are breaking the record, setting the stage on fire. The reason is simple. SRK fans don't watch SRK's movie just once. They watch it twice, thrice, and they make others, their colleagues, their boyfriends,
We
girlfriends,
drag
girlfriends,
others.
boyfriends, girlfriends. They make all of them watch.
We drag
So
everybody in.
yes, final movie. Okay, final movie. Animal.
Ugly. Pathetic. What?
Agreed. Agreed.
Ugly.
Ugly. This
Ugly.
is the definition of a movie called ugly. Not categorizing it good or bad. Ugly is a word. Whether you found it good or bad, you will agree with ugly. All right. If you have agreed with this so far, agree with one more request from my end, and that is do take part in the table topics if you have not spoken in the meeting so far. So people like Deepthi, Gunjan, Madhav Khandelwal, uh, who else? I think others have spoken. So do take a moment to take part in this. Rahul must be here or on and off. All right. So Priyesh, if you are available, yes, let's have a quick audio video check. You have time for 3 to 4 topics and quick audio video check. You will have to answer what you remember. You will remember 2023 for the most.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. One
What
thing, anything.
Mm, the company I joined, this is the new company I joined in 2023, and I met really new cool people, and they helped me a lot through my personal development. And I'm at the end of my notice period, so it has been great interacting with these folks. So yeah, that has been great to meet these new folks in my life. That's fun.
देख रहे हो उत्कर्ष? Everyone is switching companies, going to new places, making new cool friends, and people like you and me are just sitting, biding time. One is doing PhD, other is a freelancer. Come on, people. All right, Priyesh, really, really happy for you. And I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you will make everyone happy around here now. Time for 3 to 4 quick topics. Stage is all yours. All the best, buddy.
Okay, thank you. So thanks, Anand. Anand. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and lovely guests. It's time for one of the most exciting and equally nerve-wracking part of the meeting, the table topics. I'm Priyesh, your table topic master of the day. The table topics is an exhilarating segment of our Toastmasters Masters meeting where we dive into realm of impromptu speaking. So before we start, let me brief you with the rules. I will I will give a volunteer topic, and the speaker is required to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. You will see a green card after 1 minute, your minimum time, a yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red red card at 2 minutes. Keep in mind that participants are disqualified at 2 minute 30 seconds. I encourage you to use the word of the day, astute. Kindly note that this session is not restricted to members alone, and yes, even guests can participate. So, please do participate. So, let's get started. Who wants to go first? Okay. So, Animesh, I see Animesh raising hand. So, let me start with Animesh.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a simple one. Animesh, if you could write a book on 2023, what it would be titled and why? If you could write a book on 2023, what it would be titled and why? Animesh.
2023 would be the year of gambles, I guess. Lots of gambles, honestly. Uh, I mean, I took a gamble, switched my domain, and gamble. It's a gamble that worked. One. Uh, Second, it's a calculated gamble, so it of course worked. But it's a gamble. So one. Second, uh, I would say the World Cup was a gamble. I mean, of course, India, the Indian squad demolished all the other squads that it faced. But then at the end, uh, had a tough competition. Yes, so it was a gamble. That was a gamble that they played. And third, I think was a gam. Third, I think was a gamble that I took with that I took that I'm not sure if it that I'm not sure is working. So, I mean, any as somebody very astutely as somebody was very astute with their with a gamble that they took right now. Uh, a speaker just took a gamble, by the way. So yes, uh, definitely a lot of gambles all the way. Ultimately, I would say, yes, this would, if I were to write a book, the book would be about the gambles that people took in 2023. And while some gambles did work out, some did not, and some failed miserably. And that's that's what life is. Life is all about gambles. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Animesh. That was great. Yeah, definitely. It looked like 2023 have been a year of gambles. So let's start with someone next. So I see Prasanna. Prasanna, do you want to take up?
No. I was just clapping.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let me start with okay, we have a guest raising hand. So let's start with Deepthi. So this is a simple one as well. Deepthi, um, resolution of 2023 and how it went. Resolution of 2023 and how it went. Deepthi.
Hello everyone, I'm Dipti. I used to be a Toastmaster and I joined this club as well before I think last year. So I just take a try. I just want to try because the topic was very good. So my topic is my resolution for the 2023. Actually, I never keep any resolution because I generally not able to work on it. Uh, but I used to have a bucket list in 2023. So in my bucket list, I want to choose the top on the top of my bucket list. I want to learn cycling, and but this is just in my bucket list, and I never found the way through which I can do this. But as somehow from as I have a kid, so in my kids school there was a group where I learned about some groups where women do cycling. So I went there, and I I basically found this group very amazing. But even I tried cycling before that as well, but I never able to do that because I don't have confidence in cycling. So this time, somehow I am able to achieve that because this was in my bucket list, and I said I have to do somehow because this is the last time. If I'm not able to make it now, so I will never be able to. So although it is not my resolution, but I always have some bucket list, and I'm always try to fulfill them. And I did achieve that in 2023. And this is what I think the major major thing which I even add on in my life, and I found I achieved something in 2023. Thank you.
Thanks, Deepthi. That was great. I also want to learn something new, and I'll try for the next year maybe or in 2024. Let's see what I could add in my bucket list. So let's start with Neeraj then. Neeraj, for you the topic is what is the one opportunity not taken that you regret in 2023? What is the one opportunity not taken that you regret of 2023? Neeraj.
So, at the year beginning, I was in US. So, my husband decided to move back to India, and then I just blindly said yes to him. I didn't force him to stay for little more time. I didn't ask him that I want to explore more in US. I want to uh, go to different places that are there in the US, like sand dunes. Um, and Colorado, like those are the most amazing places that you can't see anywhere apart from other than US. So I was more thinking about my job, my career, which is there in India. So I regret for that time. I wish I could have taken break from my job and then continued exploring things in US, meeting their native people and getting to know like their culture. So that is one thing I think I regret for the stupid job. I shouldn't say it's stupid, but like I it's giving me money. But yeah, this is something that I regret. Thank you so much, Priyesh. Over to you.
Thanks, Neeraj. That's great. Actually, I'm also going to US next year, and I hope it went well. I'll go to the places you just mentioned. So that would be a great idea. So let's see who we can have next. Do we have any guests? Okay, Madhav, you want to take it up? Madhav. So for the topic for you is uh, the one moment you want to relive of 2023. The one moment you want to relive of 2023, Madhav.
Thank you for the topic, Priyesh. So, one moment which I would like to relive would be my trip to Northeast, Shillong, Meghalaya. So that trip was really mesmerizing, and like I was the one who planned this trip, and we were four friends who went there. So the trip in itself was such I don't have proper words for it, but definitely it's changed me. So basically the weather there, the people there, and like the cuisine and all these things were something which made me feel that yeah, in India has a really vast culture. It has a lot of uh, like different ethnicity people, and like different kinds of foods and all that. So one life-changing moment there I had was when I was sitting beside, like I was sitting by a waterfall, and I was just looking into the oblivion. So like that, there were some thoughts, and there were a lot of this thing mind um, numbing thoughts and all that. So yeah, like the place made me realize some things, and definitely going forward in the next year, I'll try to make those changes in my life. So that trip was really this thing for me, life changing for me. So over to you, Priyesh.
Thanks, Madhav. That's great. So yeah, it's great to have. And I also like exploring places, so that's nice to hear from you. So I have one last topic left. Any guests want to take it up, or anyone else? Or I'll pick Pragyan and Prasanna. Do you, if anyone of you want to take a topic, that would be great. Okay, so for this last topic, let's just take Priyanka. So Priyanka, the topic for you is, if you could change one thing of 2023 in 2024, what it would be? If you could change one thing of 2023 in 2024, what it would be? Priyanka.
I think the one, thank you for the topic. I think the one thing I will change, I need to stay in focus. I'm easily distracted. So I need to be focused, and yeah, so I always make some resolution for me every years, and I never fulfill every year. That is the my I think whenever I start resolution, I know that I only continue maybe 1 week only. But I made this time resolution that I need to apply some universities, so I'll apply there. So I hope I'll continue this, because I every year, almost 3 years, thinking of studying, but every year I miss the deadlines or something happen, I distract myself. So this is the thing I need to be. And the second thing, I need to be in healthy. I need to be continue my healthy diets and healthy ways of living, because it was too for me to get things too much in my mind, and that will affect my mental health and physical health. So that I don't want to be affect this year or next year also. I want to be in my healthy year. I want to be getting this. So this is two thing I think I want to be continue, and I don't want to take from 2023, because it was very bad for my health, also for my career also. So I'll be take it in. I'll be like, I don't want this from 2023. So this is the two thing I think I want to I want to be in 2024, and I hope I'll complete my resolution in 2024 and try to be stay in focus whatever I want to do. So this is all from my side.
Okay. Thanks, Priyanka. That's true for me as well. I always pay my gym membership and I never go. So wasting a lot of money there as well. But yeah, thanks. That's a great resolution. So that's all from my side. Over to you, Anant.
Can we have a really amazing sound of appreciation by our combined applause for our fantastic table topic master? Such easy, eloquent topics, really comfortably provided. Everyone was provided an opportunity, and that is how it is done. By the way, all for prepared speakers as well as table topics and evaluators, for everyone, there will be a Zoom voting that will happen after the general evaluator session. Now, talking about the general evaluator session, remember I talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly. That is how we have also performed. We did something really good. We probably performed really poorly on some other things, and a few things may have just been ugly. Now, general evaluator and her team will provide us not just the speakers directly, but by the virtue of being a witness to this evaluation for our own future projects as well, an idea to take away from. So do listen intently as I invite Pragyan Joshi to carry out her duties and invite her team further. So Pragyan, let's have you on the stage once again.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Anant. Well, you use the term the good, the bad, the ugly, and evaluation in our club, we often say is like a mirror. And so an evaluator would put that, have you seen these zooming mirrors where you see all your flaws, like your lines or different things that you don't want to notice yourself, but it makes it more visible. So evaluation is like that, where you can work on yourself, as Toastmaster Anant has mentioned. And I think it's up to the speakers whether you take it personal or you take it positively. And then the difference is made depending on your choice. So I'd like to ask you to all take it positively. And in that space, we tend to grow when we take it positively instead of personally. So with that, I have a team of evaluators, and I'll be jumping now straight to our direct evaluations section, where we would have astute observations by our evaluators. So the first evaluator will be evaluating our icebreaker speech that was delivered by Toastmaster Amit Karn. And I'm pleased to call upon Toastmaster Priyanka Chaudhary, who, as Toastmaster Anant mentioned, is also on her maiden climb or maiden role as an evaluator. She is working in and is from Himachal. She's working as in the social work sector. And for her, when I asked what was memorable for her in the year 2023, she mentioned something that stood out, and that was cooking. And why? Because she doesn't often cook, and especially not Himachal dishes. So to do her own cooking of evaluation, I hand over the floor to you to evaluate Toastmaster Amit's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Thank you. Thank you, Janiel Evaluator. Okay, so today evaluation report. Amit, you did the great job. It was really, the speech was really good. But there is here some improvement. First thing, it will be the retain. You should be retain the speed you speaking, because you're not speaking too fast and too slow. So the speed was very great. And the second thing you should be retain, it will be like the sharing of your personal story and giving the personal touch in the story. It was like it was connecting to the audience, so you should be retain that in your other speech also, in the future speech also. The second the thing is you need to be increase the voice modulation, because you're speaking in the one pace of voice, so you should be change your tone based on the emotions, so that people, especially in the online mode, people can connect to you. And the thing is, you need to be increase the engagement with the audience. You telling your story, it was connected, but are the audience engaging? You have to look into that also, that aspect also. So I think that is the way you can work on it. So this is my evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's all give a round of applause for her maiden role as an evaluator. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Priyanka. Now we move to our second evaluator, who will be evaluating our second speaker, Toastmaster Prasanna Shrestha. So I'm pleased to call upon Toastmaster Utkarsh Sharma to deliver the evaluation. So Toastmaster Utkarsh, as we all know, is a PhD scholar, but also a spiritual seeker, and the current president of Turning Point Toastmasters Club. So congratulations for that. And when I asked him about his memorable moment for 2023, he mentioned that it was a trip to Assam and Meghalaya, where he immersed himself and was mesmerized by the diverse culture and the culinary treats that he enjoyed. So over to you, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for your evaluation.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator, for such a kind introduction and also taking so much pain for asking us these questions and making our meetings so insightful. Thank you so much for that. Coming to my evaluation, today I had an absolute privilege to listen to a speaker who spoke with so much flair and gravitas. Toastmaster Prasanna, you are a phenomenal speaker, and I'm not exaggerating this one bit. I'll provide you evaluation starting with what you excelled at. Then I will talk about where you can improve. And in the end, I will definitely suggest you some future challenges. Starting with where you excelled at, which are plenty, I must say. Uh, Firstly, the starting plot, the mythological angle that you started with, and the analogy with your real life, and most importantly, completing that full circle and ending with the same was what gave it such a good closure to your speech. And by saying that that my mentors are my Krishna, are the Krishna to my Arjuna, was it provided a beautiful closure and had a very great impact to your speech. So I love that aspect. I appreciate that you just not included your protege journey in the Toastmasters, but talked about your dynamics in other fields of life as well, about how the journey of how the seed of being a radio jockey was sown and how someone sprouted it and blossomed it was so beautifully articulated. So kudos to you for that as well. Toastmaster Prasanna, you also have a very powerful, impactful voice, and you use it to the fullest. You came across as very confident, and this is very promising for someone listening from the other side. So kudos to you for that as well. Some areas for improvement, Toastmaster Prasanna. Speaking about your voice, which I just talked about, of course you use it really well. And you use it really well when you have to go one notch up to put emphasis, and it works wonderfully. However, I suggest you that there are other ways also to catch audience's attention. How about you sometimes try to whisper? You sometimes use your hand or body gestures to catch audience's attention. Because using emphasis on raising your voice throughout might kind of backfire when you're using it for too long. So voice modulation is something that you can definitely work on. Second thing that I think you can improve on is that I wish that the script that you wrote, which is so beautifully written, I must say, would have more content specifically talking about your particular anecdotes delving into the personal protege mentor relationship. I felt that was missing. And trust me, I'm a greedy listener who certainly wished for more in that aspect. The third area of improvement, I must say, would be that the posture and the camera angle could have been better. I felt like that you were leaning towards the screen throughout, which is why I felt that you could not fully utilize your astute body language capability. And finally, the future challenges, I would say, would be that I definitely challenge you to have voice modulation in your speech, which I talked about, and possibly stand so that we can have a speech which could leave us absolutely mesmerized the next time. Toastmaster Prasanna, you're almost there in the quest of perfection, and I'm convinced that that day is not very far. All the very best to you on your journey as a speaker. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much for your evaluation, Toastmaster Utkarsh. Now, finally, we move on to our third evaluator, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Jasprit Kaur Taneja's speech. So I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Ankit Agrawal, who's playing a dual role today as a SAA as well as an evaluator. Now, Toastmaster Ankit is a data scientist at Mondezel who enjoys and excels at extracting valuable insights from data. He is a nature enthusiast with deep appreciation for love of outdoors, adventure, and trekking. So over to you for your evaluation, Toastmaster Ankit.
Thank you, General Evaluator Pragya. Talking about Jasprit's speech today, first of all, I would like to give kudos to you, Jasprit, for this awesome speech. And I think the one thing that you excelled today is audience engagement. And the reason for audience engagement, like the good part about your speech, which led to the audience engagement, is like starting with a personal story, right? Using your hand gestures throughout the speech, right? I also saw you were using some eye expressions. So, and as well as at the end, you asked audience question, which basically further enhanced the audience engagement. So this is like the most good part that I liked about your speech. Right. So using these things will further improve your speech in terms of it will make it more impactful, right? It will make your speech more memorable for the audience, right? So using these high and lows for the keywords, especially during your speech, will make your speech more impactful. So overall, like you had a good comfort while giving this speech, great content, and it seems like you are kind of a poet and a writer, so I cannot say anything about the content. And yeah, awesome audio engagement, and I'm looking forward to your future speeches and best of luck. I would be eagerly listening to your future speeches as well and your journey. Over to you, General Evaluator Pragyan.
Thank you so much for your evaluation, Toastmaster Ankit. Usually we ask if all three speakers qualified to be voted. I mean, not speakers, sorry, evaluators. So I'd like to request Toastmaster Rohan to reconfirm.
Hello, Madam Evaluator, just give me a minute. I will share it afterwards.
Okay. I was actually not asking for the. Oh, okay, you'll share it later. Sure. In the meantime, I think we can move on to our indirect evaluation. So I'd like to thank once again our three direct evaluators for your amazing evaluation. I think you had the sandwich method covered, where you provided insights on the strengths as well as the areas of recommendations for our speakers. So well done to all three of you. Now I'd like to call upon our language evaluator, Toastmaster Neeraj, to deliver your report. Over to you, Toastmaster Neeraj.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Utkarsh, can you give me sharing rights to share my report? Okay,
You have
it's
it
done.
now.
Okay. Is it up?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So today I collected really good word, which can be used in day-to-day life as well. Here, the few good words are which is used in during different speeches is gist. It means the main point or part. Then poised means have a composed and self-assured manner. Phenomenal means remarkable or exceptional. Unveil, if you unveil something new, you show it or make it known for the first time. Then savvy, having a practical knowledge and experience. Interject, to say something while another person is speaking. Pivotal, central, and important. Then demolishing means to completely destroy a building, especially in order to use the land for something else. Rebellious means oppose the idea of the people in authority. Antagonist, a person who competes with other. Exhilarating means causing strong feelings of happy excitement and elation. Oblivion, the state of being aware or unconscious of what is happening around me. Gravitate means to move toward or be attractive to a person or thing. Few phrases that I heard today is those who have glass house don't cast stones on others' house. Means people who have fault should not criticize other people for having the same faults. Draw parallel means to correlate or to compare. It means to indicate ways in which two distinct things are similar. Know the drill means to know how something is done. And there is very few recommendations today. Throughout the meetings, it should not be throughout the meetings, it is throughout the meeting. So when we are talking about the past, then we tend to use past verbs. Like we started climbing, and there were many more. I wrote only one. And this pronunciation, when we have to say share, like H with S, then it's not share, it's share. Like similarly goes with other pronunciation of these kind of words. And then comes on the word usage. I'm glad that so many people use the word of the day today. Anant, Utkarsh, Priyesh, Animesh, Pragyan. This is it. I am done with my astute report. Over to you, General Evaluator Pragyan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neeraj, for your very thorough reporting. Now I'd like to move on to our timer. Toastmaster Rohan, are you ready with your timer's report? After which, then I'd like you to time me for 3 minutes for my general evaluation.
Yeah. Yes, Madam General Evaluator, I am ready with my timer report. So, yeah, I'm just sharing it. Today's meeting was great, as it was earlier, which has already happened. I would like to extend my appreciation to all the speakers and contributors for their efforts and keep our meeting going in structured way that and efficiently, which we are doing for many days. I would like to share my report. So for speaker number 1, Amit have spoken for 6.2 minutes. Speaker number 2, Prasanna, has spoken for 7.9 minutes, 19 minutes. Speaker number 3, Jasprit, spoke for 8.23 minutes. Table topic speaker Animesh spoke for 2.10 minutes. Deepthi spoke for 2.9 minutes. Neeraj spoke for 1.1 minute. Madhav spoke for 1.44 minutes. Priyanka spoke for 1.50 minutes. General Evaluator Priyanka spoke for 1.29 minutes. Utkarsh spoke for 3.22 minutes. And Ankit spoke for 2.33 minutes. That is what my comprehensive reports is for you. And I have noticed, like earlier, Pragyan have asked each and every one of us, like, what is our memorable memory for 2023? And I would like to ask our general evaluator Pragyan again, like, what is your memorable moment for the 2023? And back to you, general evaluator Pragyan.
Why, thank you, Toastmaster Rohan. Wow, I think it must be not watching as much movies, because I think when we were going through all the reviews, I had read a lot about all the reviews, and I think amongst that long list, I might have just watched one movie, and that too was last weekend with my mom. So I think that, so now for 2024, I'm already thinking, okay, I should watch much more. So thank you for that question. So with that, I think I've been informed that the polls will be raised. So I'd like to request everybody to take a few moments to vote for the better table topic speaker. We've had 5 speakers so far, so they are all qualified for voting, Toastmaster Rohan.
In the interest of time, Pragyan, I would suggest you go on about your report
Evaluation.
and the polls will be launched in between.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. So, Toastmaster Rohan, I'd like you to also start timing me from now while I deliver my general evaluation of the whole meeting. And first of all, I think I'd like to give you all a round of applause, and I'd like to ask the same for you all, because it's been an amazing meeting, and normally virtual meetings can not be as interesting as I was pleasantly surprised, because I think you have this amazing team of role players, and we started with the SAA who did his maiden role remarkably well. It didn't look like his maiden role, as our presiding officer mentioned. He was confident. He stated all the rules which we have followed. And moving on to our Toastmaster of the morning, I think you were brilliant. And I think if I were to rate you, it would just be good, great, and greater. The meeting was amazingly entertaining. It was interesting. You had, even though I missed out on movies, I think today I made up for everything because you took us through. It was like watching the National Geographic, and then movie scene, and then cricket commentary, and then factual news. And the wonderful thing is that you managed to link it all so seamlessly. While you were describing and introducing the speakers, you talked about the theme that was related to what they had to talk about. So I think you did that really marvelously. And I think that was amazing. And that made this 2 hours seem like 2 minutes, literally. So kudos to you on a job really, really well done. And I think I would say the same to all the other role takers today. It's been amazing to watch and witness this meeting, and it's been a real treat. So moving on to the role players, I think for our language evaluator, you explained your role very well. You introduced a word of the day, which was used numerous times. So it was really an apt word. And I was pleased to see the evaluation where, despite taking a table topics, you managed to, pick up all these words, write up the meanings. And so it was very informative and detailed and thorough. So well done for that. Toastmaster Rohan, as a timer, you also explained the timer's role. And I think you were spot on with your timing in terms of showing the timer's card. Just one little suggestion would be to explain the timing of the different segments, which may have been missed in the beginning. So that's the only suggestion. Otherwise, you were brilliant, even with the timer's report. I think that's time saving as well in terms of showcasing the report, which you did marvelously. With the table topic master, Toastmaster Priyesh, I think our Toastmaster of the evening already praised you in saying that you picked really good topics, which were easy to follow. You encouraged non-role takers to also take up the topics. So well done to that. And well done to you on your role as a table topic master. And to our evaluators, I think kudos to all three of you, especially to our maiden evaluator. I remember the first time that I had to take on the role, and it's equally nerve-wracking as an icebreaker speech in itself. So well done for taking up the role. And I think you will see that being on the other side is nerve-wracking, but it's actually a really great experience because you're trying to see things from a very totally different perspective, which builds a new skill set. So kudos for that. And I think because of the timing, it felt like the evaluators had to rush a little bit. So my recommendation to all three evaluators would be to, have it such that you time yourself to do the commendations until green, and then space it out so that you leave a little room to end on a good note, and you leave the speakers a little motivated. So that's the only, I think, comment. Otherwise, you all had points for for recommendations, which is very important for all the speakers to grow. So well done to all the evaluators. So I think with that, I'd like to also congratulate the new XCOM team to lead in the new term. And I think I've already witnessed you on your maiden role. So thank you for that. And thank you for having me and Toastmaster Prasanna here, for giving us the space to witness an amazing meeting. So over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much for the praiseful general evaluation report, Pragyan. That was really, really generous of you. That's something we really appreciate.
I missed one thing.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as a general evaluator, I did all praises, but I missed my commendation. So one commendation would be normally when we were in online meetings. So after each segment, we had asked the timer if the speakers qualify. We didn't ask for the timer's report, whether they qualify or not. And then we raised the poll immediately, because what tends to happen is you kind of forget, your votings
Point
or how
taken.
the speakers have spoken. So
That's
that
the
would
way
be a
we.
suggestion from.
Yes, Pragyan, that's the way we usually do. Today, Utkarsh was handling multiple things at the same time, and today I'm not sitting
Okay.
at my own laptop, attending it from
Yes.
a mobile device, and that's the reason we are slightly short-staffed,
Okay.
but managing it well. Thank you for the
But you're all doing
generous feedback.
amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely, everyone. Now, one thing that 2023 will always be remembered for will be the way India has put itself on the world map, hosting G20 presidency. Uh, ask any Delhi NCR person, it was an event in itself. You may have seen Toastmasters conferences, your business conferences, your office annual general meetings, and all. But imagine 20 top countries in the whole world, their presidents, prime ministers coming to a country and be amazed by the cultural diversity and the kind of arrangements that were made in a really in personalized manner. That is something remarkable. And of course, around the same time, we were having a Chandrayaan put on the moon, and that too on the southern pole of the moon, a feat that was failed by the Russian counterparts just a week back. So Russia failed immediately. 1 week later, India did that. And the surprising thing was that India did not just do that and felt safe and secure. The culmination of this Chandrayaan effort resulted in a pre-planned Aditya L1 mission. So by the time one team was putting Chandrayaan on the lunar surface, another team was getting a solar mission ready to lift off. And by the time the solar mission concludes, I don't know what surprise they will throw at us. The way 2023 has panned out for India, India's supremacy on the global stage, a major shift from soft power to a major technological and global superpower. I'm sure 2024 will be a year to remember. The same way, 2023 for Turning Point Toastmasters has been a year to remember because of our area directors, our division directors, and yours truly being the district chief judge in that year. And the kind of experience we had for the first ever hybrid conference at the district stage, that was a feat we pulled off. This year, however, we have from our own club as well as our sister club an area and a division director both. At the same time, we just finished our hybrid area contests, and it was a seamless contest. Though I'm just waiting for the ISC contest and the kind of magical effect it will have, both physically and virtually. 2024 is the year for Turning Point Toastmasters as well. And I invite at this point our captain for that ship in the year 2024, leading us towards the path of glory, Utkarsh Sharma, the incoming president and the presiding officer. Utkarsh, stage is all yours, and my personal best wishes for the year 2024.
Amen, distinguished Toastmaster Anant. 2024 is definitely for Turning Point Toastmaster. Can we have a huge round of applause for distinguished Toastmaster Anant as our Toastmaster of the day today? 2023 was given a wonderful homage as we spilled tea and talked everything good, bad, and ugly, the movies, G20, Cricket World Cup, the scientific milestones, you name it. And we talked about everything. We are already over time. 2 minutes, 2 hours like passed by in a jiffy. So I'll quickly wrap this up. I'm going to launch some polls for everyone. I request everyone to cast their votes. I'll start with best auxiliary role player. In the meantime, I'll take feedback from our guests today. I'll start with Toastmaster Prasanna. Any feedback that you would like to give us or any areas of improvement that you would like to mention? And how was your experience today?
Thank you very much. So, first and foremost, thank you very much for having us here, me and Toastmaster Pragyan. This is the first time I believe I am taking part in a Toastmasters that is outside of Nepal. So that this already is an amazing opportunity for me. And also, I believe same goes for Toastmaster Pragyan as well. Uh, I don't have much to say because I really enjoyed the session here because this was a new experience for me. I have never attended an online session before. This was my first ever online session, I guess. And this was really amazing, a new experience, a new way of doing things because it has always been a physical meeting. So I don't have much things to say. I just want to say thank you very much. This was amazing. I hope you guys will have us for more sessions as well because I really enjoyed it because the topics, the uh, topic of discussion, everything was amazing. So I just want to say thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you for coming and delivering your speech here. We are absolutely thrilled to welcome you. And we urge you to please come more often. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasanna. We also have one more guest. In the meantime, there's a poll launched for Best Speech Evaluator. I request everyone to cast their votes. We also have our returning guest, Animesh, here. Animesh, anything to add? Hi. So
Hi,
good to see you today.
long time, I know. It's been a really long time since I joined a Turning Point Toastmasters meeting, and as always, y'all nailed it. It's a I have nothing. I have nothing for feedback. Believe me, this is home at this point. Thank you.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for the home part. You're always welcome. You are a part of this family. Thank you so much, Animesh. This is the final poll that's being launched for the best role player. Toastmaster Pragyan, I know you've given us an elaborated feedback, and if there's anything else that you want to mention, please go ahead right now. And how was your experience today, Toastmaster Pragyan?
Yeah, I think I've taken a lot of time, but yeah, it's been amazing. Nothing more to add. Thank you.
I definitely have something to add. There's something that I absolutely adored and learned from you is that how sincere you were towards your job as a general evaluator. You made sure that you took introductions of everyone. You made sure that you added a question so that people could answer. You brought in an extra element to our meeting. So something that we all could definitely learn from Toastmaster Pragyan. Can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much for gracing us. It's time for me to announce the results for the much awaited results. Sorry. I'll start with the best table topic speaker. Oh, there's some glitch. Oh, yeah. All right. So best table topic speaker is a tie between Animesh and Madhav. Can we have a huge round of applause for both of them? Next up is best auxiliary role player. And it's a clear winner. We have our winner as language evaluator, Toastmaster Neeraj. Can we have a huge round of applause for her? She did a fantastic job today. Moving on to the best prepared speaker. It was a fight between Toastmaster Amit, Toastmaster Prasanna, and Toastmaster Jaspreet. And we have a clear winner, and it is speaker number 2, Toastmaster Prasanna. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Wonderfully well done. Thank you. Next up is the best speech evaluator. It was a fight between Priyanka, myself, and Ankit, and the winner is yours truly. Can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much. And last but not the least, we have the best role player, which was the fight between the Toastmaster of the evening, Anant, General Evaluator Pragyan, and TTM Priyesh. And it's a tie between our Toastmaster of the evening, Anant, and a very lovely Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Pragyan. Can we have a huge round of applause for both of them? Congratulations to all the winners and congratulations to all the participants. It was a wonderful meeting. This concludes our formal part of the meeting. I will stop the YouTube